Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you want to see how I got this look, then continue to watch, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so firstly, let me just say I hope that in the midst of all the craziness that's going on, everyone is doing well. And if you're not, I wish you a speedy recovery, and I hope your family is doing well also. But this is trying times, so we're just gonna try and push through and stay home and watch YouTube videos, and that's what we're gonna do. So let's get started with this. Here I am just doing my edges. When I do my edges, I always use some type of eco styler gel. My favorite one is the Jamaican black castor oil one, but right here I'm using the one with the red top. I will put obviously everything that I use in the description. And yeah, so right now I'm just like swooping my edges, and like when I do my edges I always put my hair back so I don't get like the long hairs, and it's just the baby hairs that I'm swooping, because sometimes the long hairs make it look funny. So yeah, if you have, always try to put your hair back when you're doing your edges, because then you really get your baby hair and not like additional hairs that don't need to be there. After I'm finished doing my edges, I always get a baby wipe and wipe off the excess, because sometimes obviously if you put makeup on top of gel it's gonna look weird. So always wipe off the excess baby hair gel that you got on your forehead. Here I am just putting on my Makeup Revolution skincare, the hydration moisturizer boost, that one, and I put that on in whenever I do makeup. I put that on every day, even when I don't do makeup. But that is like just a part of my skincare routine. It's just a staple part. It adds so much hydration. It makes your skin feel soft, and I just love it. And it's cheap. After I put on my hydration boost, I put on my eye cream, and that is a simple eye cream. I put like a dot underneath my eyes and like on the top bit, and kind of rub it in very gently. I try to use my index finger, because obviously that one will put the least amount of pressure underneath your eyes, and obviously the skin underneath your eyes is really delicate, like more delicate than the rest of your skin. So when you're rubbing eye cream in, you want to be really gentle, because if you're tugging at your eyes you might get wrinkles, and listen, you don't want that. Next I'm going to use my MAC strobe cream, and I put this on the high points of my face, and I put it so on my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, a little bit underneath my eyebrows, and like on my cupid's bow, so that and I put this underneath makeup because it kind of creates like a glow from within, like at the base of your makeup, not just highlighter on top. Makes your skin extra glowy, and it's just a nice additional step. Here I am just using my MAC Prep and Prime, the primer, and I think it's in yellow, and I put that like in my problem area, so in the center of my face, like the cheeks and the chin, underneath the nose. That's where I try to focus it on, in that areas. I then put on my e.l.f. Hydro Grip primer straight after, same areas. This is a really good primer, and it's not expensive, and I feel like it does similar things to some really high-end primers, and I really like it. It's one of my favorites. Here I'm just doing my eyebrows, and because I'm literally just going to my living room, I only really done my makeup and done my hair and done my edges and whatever for this video, because nobody's going outside. Okay, this is we ain't got nowhere to go. We can't go outside because of the coronavirus. So when I'm doing my eyebrows, I'm literally just filling them in. I'm not putting concealer around them. I'm not really neating them up. I'm just filling them in lightly. So that's really it, because I ain't going nowhere special. I'm literally going to my bedroom. So that is the plan. So here you can just see me filling them in with my e.l.f. I think I use both. I use my NYX eyebrow pencil, and I use my e.l.f. eyebrow pencil. They're both really good, but the e.l.f. eyebrow pencil, I think I prefer the color. It matches like the red parts of my hair a bit better. Now I'm just putting on my e.l.f. foundation. Obviously get all the information, names, color, shade, everything is in the description. So if you want the details, look in the description. I'm obviously just putting, I think I've used about one pump, and I just spread it around my face. Not too much on the forehead, because I don't know, I never put that much foundation on my forehead. Okay, and here is a tip. Before you blend out your foundation, spray some type of hydrating mist on your face before you blend it out, because for some reason I feel like that just makes it kind of connect with your skin a lot better, and it adds some extra dew, makes it look more skin-like, makes it look less cakey. Obviously no one wants to look cakey, so that is actually a good tip. I don't know where I got that from, not sure if it was Jackie Aina, Aaliyah J, it was somebody, but that is a good tip. Here you can just see me blending out my foundation with a flat top dense like small brush. I got this brush from Primark. Listen, I've used the brush multiple times. It's not failed me. It doesn't leave like hairs on my face or anything, and it gets the job done. And it was literally like £1. Like, you really can't go wrong, honestly. Obviously when you're blending, you want to make sure you're getting everywhere, your face is even, especially if your foundation is slightly different to your skin tone, or you're trying to match your foundation maybe to your chest, your body. Like, you need to make sure you get your ears, your neck, everything. This foundation is a really good match for me, so I'm blending it out on my face. And also because I'm going downstairs, I'm not making super effort to like blend it down my neck and all these things, because it's a really good match. Here I just put my Maybelline Age Rewind concealer underneath my eyes, on my chin, above my lip, and a tiny little bit on my forehead. When I do concealer under my eye, I don't do like a wide triangle. I literally just put it directly under my eye. I feel like it suits me better. If you're trying to create the illusion of a wider face, do a wide triangle of concealer underneath your eyes. However, if you're trying to create an illusion of a more narrow face, then you put the concealer not so wide across your eyes, but quite like direct underneath your eye. That's just a tip. Obviously here I am just blending out my concealer on underneath my eye, forehead, chin, everywhere where I put the concealer, I'm just blending it out. And honestly, this is the best blending sponge for concealer, because the shape of it kind of just cups your under eye so perfectly. It's a Morphe blending sponge. Again, I will put it in the description, because I really recommend it. I think I got it from Boots and it's about £8. It is worth it. Like, I actually want to get more, because it just cups the under eye so perfectly because of the shape, and even the forehead, the chin, it's just great. It's one of the best blending sponges I've ever used. Honestly, I would definitely recommend. Next, you want to get a setting powder and set your under eye. You don't necessarily have to bake or whatever, but you can lightly set it, but just set it, because whatever you everybody's style is different, but for me, whatever liquid I put on my face, I set it with powder. It just makes you look a lot more finished, and it just looks more polished, in my opinion. And for me, my skin, that's what I like, that's the look I like, and I like to just, that's what I like to do. Here I'm just using like a flat kind of foundation brush, the flat ones, to put the powder on, and I'm using the Mercier setting powder. And this powder, it's a classic, everybody knows it. It's a great powder for baking, setting, whatever you want to do. It's amazing. And I kind of just put it in all the places I put concealer. I don't really put on my forehead that much, to be honest, but I make sure that the under eye is set, and underneath the nose, above the lip, chin, under eye, everything is, you want it to look beat, polished, no flaws. Here I'm just getting a big fluffy brush that probably has leftover product of my Maybelline Fit Me powder foundation, and I just use that to dust everything off. I didn't put any additional product on, but I'm pretty sure it has leftover product of the Maybelline foundation. But I'm literally just using this big fluffy brush to dust off all the Mercier setting powder. And I don't let it set like for long. I literally let it set for like 2 minutes, if that, and just dust it off, because I want it to set my makeup, but I don't want it to look dry or cakey. I like it to look skin-like and dewy. Okay, so here I am about to put on my contour, and I use the e.l.f. contour palette. It's really good. I think I use it in the shade medium or deep. I'll put it in the description, of course. Yeah, so I just get a fluffy contour brush and I just dip it in. I think I use the third color in the e.l.f. contour palette, and I just dip it in quite lightly, and then I kind of make like a fish face to really see where the outline of my cheekbone is, and then I just follow that line. Again, I'm going to my living room, so I'm not doing nothing harsh. I don't want it to be like, I don't want to look super snatched or anything. I just kind of want to add some color and dimension back in my face. Also, I apologize for the change in lighting. I was filming this in natural light, so yeah, sorry about that. Once I've done my contour on my cheeks, I get like a small fluffy brush and I just use that same color down the bridge of my nose. Nothing super crazy. Again, just to add the natural shadows back into your face that you might have lost, obviously, with the concealer, the foundation, the powder. So this is what I'm doing. And I kind of, when I'm doing my nose contour, bronzer, whatever it is, I kind of follow the line that starts from my eyebrows and I follow it all the way down. Next, I get my NYX bronzer, and I'm not putting this exactly on my cheekbones, but I'm putting it like above my cheekbones, that kind of where you would put highlighter and maybe blush. Like I'm putting it above the contour because this is going to add some warmth back into your face. I'm putting this around my hairline, my cheeks, and it's not adding shadow. It's not going to make you look snatched. This is going to add warmth back into your face. And this bronzer, I love this bronzer. I think it's about £8. It's just amazing. Like, this is the first product I think I ever hit pan on. It's just great. Next, I'm using my NYX Sweet Cheeks, and I use a tapered brush to put my blush on, and I kind of put my blush like above, kind of where, I don't put it on the apples of my cheeks. So I feel like for my face shape, I don't want my face to look more round. I want it to look kind of like more, my cheekbones even higher, not necessarily round. But so I put it like on the point, I guess, where people often put highlighter. That's where I put my blush, and I kind of bring it towards the center of my face. But you want it to, if you want to make your cheekbones look even higher than they already are, that's a good tip. Don't smile and put it on the apples of your cheek. Put it where you would put highlighter. Here I'm just doing my eyeliner. I use the Collection eyeliner all the time. I just love it. I think it's so easy to use, and I'm just so used to it. I've been using it since I was like 13. And I do my flicks and I do my beauty mark that I always put. The next step that I do is highlighter, and I use the iHeartMakeup highlighter. Obviously I'll put the full name in the description, and it's really good. It has like 3 colors in it, and I just think it's really subtle. Like, I feel like makeup, well, you know, trends, what's trendy right now. I feel like a lot of people have kind of moved past the super like glow in the dark highlighter phase, like, of, you know, previous years. Obviously to each your own, but to me, I've never been a massive fan of excessive highlighter, so I just put a little bit on my cupid's bow, nose, and my cheeks. And also, to dilute it a little bit further, I kind of blend it in with a sponge, so it's not so, it looks more seamless. Like, there's no harsh lines where you can see, okay, that's where the highlighter is. Okay, and now it comes to the mascara, and the mascara is a process. The first mascara I use is the Maybelline, the new one, False Lash Effect. It's a really good mascara, and I use that as like the base. This is really good for separating and lengthening your eyelash, but it does not give that much volume or definition. That's what we're going to use the next mascara for. This Maybelline Lash Sensational, this is really good at thickening your eyelashes. This is going to make your eyelashes look thick, voluminous, going to lift them. Like, this is going to make them look really black, really intense. Like, if you had to just buy one mascara, this is the one I would recommend for you to use. But the 3 mascaras that I use together, they all kind of do different purposes, and the final look I love. So this is the 3 that I use, but it's definitely not necessary. The third and final mascara I use is the Benefit Their Real Lash, and this one is really good at separating the lashes, and it's got, like, I feel like fibers in it, so again it kind of makes them even longer as well as separating. So, you know, again, not necessary, but that's what I do. Here I am just getting a big fluffy brush and dabbing it into my Maybelline powder foundation, and this is kind of just going to make everything seamless. If there's any kind of patchiness, if there's any marks that don't look perfect or not you know, bronzer that's maybe not so gradual, or things that look a bit harsh, that is just going to make it look seamless and add like a kind of velvety finish to your look. Here I am using my NYX lip liner in Truffle to kind of, I don't overline my lips because I have big lips already, but listen, let me tell you something. Just because you have big lips doesn't mean you can't overline your lips. You want to overline your lips, do whatever the hell you want to do, okay? You want to have a little bit bigger lips? Why not? Okay, that's what I do. I kind of just accentuate my lip shape even further, okay? Because, like, why not? Next, I put on my NYX lip gloss, and I don't know the name. I'm going to put it in the description, but I use like a kind of skin tone like lip gloss first, and then I use a lighter one on top, which is, I think I use Fortune Cookie on top. This is what you see me doing here. Here I'm applying the lighter one. The first one is like my lip shade, my natural lip shade, and then I apply Fortune Cookie on top to kind of add a bit of, you know, just something a little bit different, a little bit more of a pinky tone. Here I am spraying my face and setting it with the Sleek, I think it's a Sleek setting spray. Again, I'll put the name of it in the description. It's got little gold flicks on it, and it's really nice. I love it. It adds just a really dewy and fresh look to your makeup. Okay, and that is it. That is the final makeup look. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope everybody is well and stays safe during this period, and stay home.